Hello, welcome to Movies with Martha. My name is Martha and I'm reviewing Beverly Hills Cop. Movie shark, do 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 do, movie shark, do 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 do, movie shark. The only thing I knew about Beverly Hills Cop going into it was that it has a famous theme song played on a, synthesizer, the dun 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 dun, which you probably heard before. Anyway, that's the only thing I knew about it, and that it had Eddie Murphy, who is a cop. This movie was made around the same time as Die Hard and Lethal Weapon, and it kind of has the same cop becoming a hero in an unlikely situation kind of thing, but I'd say it's not as good as those movies. And one reason it's not as good is probably because they focused more on the comedic aspect of it. So, I mean, it's Eddie Murphy, he's a comedian, so you could see why they would do that. But because they focused more on that than on the actual story, like the conflict never got super deep, the stakes never got super high, and so it was just kind of a lighter movie in that sense. You never thought something terrible could possibly happen in this movie. You just kind of sat back and enjoyed watching Eddie Murphy being a clever guy. He's a cop whose best friend gets killed. He's investigating the murder, but it's outside of his jurisdiction, so he keeps getting in trouble for investigating it, and he's placed in contrast to these other cops from Beverly Hills who are all by the book and everything. So yeah, he's a pretty clever guy, and he ends up stirring things up and all that stuff. Now this movie is rated R, just like Die Hard or Lethal Weapon, and movies that are rated R around this time, it has kind of minor violence, not a whole lot of violence, but mostly it has this one scene with nudity. They've got to have the nudity in there during this time if it's rated R, and it's got a ton of cussing, so foul language galore. So just being aware of that about this movie. It's rated R for a reason, and I kind of take it or leave it. My life wasn't any worse having not seen it, and I can't say it's any better having seen it, so take it or leave it, basically.